Hi all, in this video I'm talking about the important topics that we want to care when building a e-commerce website, and also I'm suggesting some best practices for making our project is extraordinary. So building an e-commerce website is a thoughtful planning process, and it needs some plannings and executions. It will ensuring our platform is scalable and secure, and also offers a seamless user experience. um, so we can look into these things. The first one is front end development. Front end development means which user interacting with the interface. User interface is the main part of development. It is called front end development. It should be in responsive design, and also we are using JavaScript, Node.js, HTML, CSS, React to make a better front end. So we can look into why it is very important, but it is becoming important. The front end of our e-commerce website is directly impact the user experience. Well designed, responsive, and UI ensures that users can browse, search, and purchase items smoothly across all the devices. So the first one we are using is React. React is a powerful JavaScript library for building user interfaces. So it is especially suitable for building dynamic and um, interactive UIs. So such as displaying product and updating the cart. So the next React's component, it has architecture helps in using elements across the application like programmable card buttons like that. So the next thing is React Router. It is oftenly used in for navigation, and while React Context or Redux are used for popular for state management, handling user authentication status, cart information, and user preferences. The next and very important thing is responsive design, that is mobile first. E-commerce website need to be mobile optimized because a significant portion of users will be using mobiles. So most of the users will be using mobiles. So we want to make priority for that. So um, use responsive design is an we have very important uh, in this field. So use responsive design techniques including CSS, grid, flexbox, media queries to make sure our website fully adaptable to different sizes. So the next is adaptive images. For high quality images without affecting loading times, consider using modern image formats, WebP, AVIF, and responsive designs to ensure that images are loaded in the different resolutions depending on the devices. So we can make these things by adding by taking care of these things. So the next is best practice in this field. So product page, uh, we want to make sure a product page include clear images as well as recent descriptions, reviews, and price informations. So use carousels or light boxes for displaying multiple images of a product. The next best practice is cart checkout and UI. Create a clear step-by-step checkout processes, and a multi-step form can guide users, and a floating cart icon helps users to keep a track on what their cart. The next main important part is backend development. Backend development is done by Express, JS, API, and these things. Looking it into its importance, the backend handles the logic, data storage, and communication between the front end and the database. It ensures that users can browse product, add items to their cart, and place orders securely. The first thing we are using is Express API. RESTful APIs are commonly used to handle product listing and user data and user processing. Express is an ideal building for these APIs. So for product management, we can send our API into backend should allow CRUD operations for adding, editing, deleting, and retrieving products. So we can use authentication and authorizations. For admin access and admin can access product management, category management, editing. All things we can be implemented by authentication and authorization. So the next one of the important part is database, that is MongoDB. MongoDB is flexible document based model, is very suitable for e-commerce. So we in which we can add dynamic schemas because it has no flexible schema, definite predefined schema and data type. So we can add any kind of data into it. So in which it is the product data very greatly in structure. In e-commerce website, the data structure is very we can't predefined. So we may want to design our database with collection products, users, orders, offers, categories, and payments like that. So we can use indexes to speed up our queries, especially when filtering products by price, category, or other attributes. So coming to the best practices, first important one is API security. So use rate limiting to prevent abuse of APIs, implementing input validation and sanitizing, avoid SQL injection for other vulnerabilities, and secure sensitive data like passwords using bcrypt for password hashing, HTTPS to encrypt data transit. The next important part is payment gateway integration. It is also an important thing because integrating a payment gateway allows users to securely pay for their orders. Payment gateway should be chosen carefully based on their reliabilities, fees, and ease of integrations. So we can look into Stripe. Stripe offers a simple and secure way to accept payments online. It supports credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and more. We can use Stripe elements for building payment forms, ensuring PCI DSS compliances this way. So the next is PayPal. PayPal is the one of the most commonly used payment method in worldwide. So it can we can do international transactions with that. So coming into the best practices while doing payment integration is make sure implement tokenization for sensitive data and avoid handling card details directly on your server. The next is 3D secure authentication. Use 3D secure to provide an additional layer of security for card payments. So we can provide users with clear feedback on payment success, on failure, and email receipts. So these are the important main things that we can care while doing any e-commerce website. Thank you for listening.